The most important thing, I think, is 1, read the flippin' question, then read the flippin' question again, then underline all the important verbs and key terms, then read the flippin' question again.
The first thing I'm going to say to you is don't panic. So breathe and know that everyone's in the same situation.
Hey guys, good luck with your trials coming up. Please remember not to leave anything blank, and please just get those easy questions done so they are not left blank. Okay, just keep an eye on your time as well.
The best piece of advice that I wish my teachers gave me back when I was doing my HSC is to print out a copy of the syllabus and learn the definitions, advantages, disadvantages, and the key features of each syllabus dot point. That's for students who don't know where to start.
My advice for your HSC exams, for the visual arts, the really big one is to read the instructions and use all the information that's there on the paper. It's there to help you, inform you with those unseen images that you need to talk about. And for your essay, you really should review your artists and your artworks and know all that you can about them, particularly the signs, symbols, the ideas being communicated by those artists and then their artworks. Understand their context in history as well, and practice the structure of your writing, and practice with past papers is a really key thing.
Give it your best shot and don't leave the exam room early. Stay there for the whole duration of the exam and just try your best.
The HSC examination, it's not an IQ test, it's not rocket science, it's really testing your preparedness and your organisational skills. So it's not too late to put a timetable together and have a schedule of studying each of your modules and really ticking them off as you go. So your to-do lists, your checklists are really going to be your best friend during this period.
There's a reason it's called the trials, because it's a trial before the big event. You still have time. Okay, so what you do is you do what you can for trials, but from that you learn from what you didn't do for trials, because I would say that most of you have been working and focusing on major works and trying to get those finished. So with trials coming up, you kind of, in one level, you need to write that off, not worry about it, not go back there. But for that, you then work on your HSC. So what you do is you then need to set yourself up some kind of planner, some kind of program of study. And if that means taking what notes you've made in class, going to Google Classroom, downloading all the worksheets, getting through and getting on top of it. You then consolidate your notes and you create study notes from that, so that by the end of term 3 and throughout the term 3 holidays into term 4, when you start your HSC at the beginning of October, mid-October, which will be English, you'll then have some study notes and you will then have the preparation in order to do it. And you would have done something, because something is better than nothing.
Certainly for the modern history students, it's really, really, really important that you are aware of causes and consequences. That's something that they really do focus on in those exams.
With the DT, you should look back at your innovation case study, understand your emerging technologies and looking at effective design processes and things like that, and be able to discuss those in your work with examples. Understanding the process that you've gone through and doing your own portfolio also helps you understand some of the questions that you might have in the exam as well.
When it comes to the subjects PDH and CAFs, probably like most teachers have said, get your syllabus, use that as your skeleton, your structure, and take your notes from each of those. So if you haven't yet got your head around all the content, then look at the syllabus, use your notes, your textbook, and take notes on the syllabus.
So you're going to create study notes, you're going to start working past papers, you are going to find a study buddy, and the two of you or the three of you, you're going to make each other accountable. And this is the other thing, what you do is you find a study buddy who is slightly better at you in some things than in others. And by teaching it to each other and actually sitting down, maybe in the library or going into the learning centre and sitting down at a table and going, okay, how would you have answered this? And comparing answers and helping each other, what you will do is not only are you getting better at answering the questions and actually using your understanding. But because you are teaching it to someone else, you get better at that and they improve as well. And what happens is incrementally you improve.
During the trial periods, it's also a great opportunity to come and use the studio. We obviously don't have the Year 12 classes, so we have more studio time availability. In week 6, we have all of the major works are due, so it's a very important time to get those resolved and finished now. It's not just the making of it, but it's the printing or the presenting that also needs to be concluded. Get a lot of feedback from your teachers. They've done this a few times before, so they can help you and they know what will give you a really good resolved piece of work. Then we get to celebrate your work at the annual exhibition in week 8. And that's a highlight of our year, and it really shows all the beautiful work and the hard work that you've put into your work.
And I think one of the most important things is finishing in a way that you're really proud of, that you can step out of here, you can go, yes, my time at Bradfield or my last few weeks of my schooling career were wonderful. I had a great attitude and I finished off powerfully. And I think that really helps build great confidence and esteem as you kind of head out into sort of this bigger world out there, perhaps the world of work, or wherever you head.
Know that you've only got this week, so make the best use of it. Don't live with regrets. Don't think about, oh, I should have started earlier. Just stay with what you've got. You've got a week, you can do it. And when you're in the exam, walk in positive, walk in, and when you see your exam, make sure that you do answer all the subjects, that you annotate according to the syllabus, and that you do try all of the questions. And if you're stuck, just stop, put your pen down and take a breath. So on that note, take a breath and I'll see you on the other side of the trials.